Hi, my people. Yes, this man, I think this man is the most respectful elderly man in Nigeria. Oh, I like this man so much. God will bless him and he will live long in good health. This man is really a father. The man that hate lies, the man that hate cheating, the man that hate fraud, the man that hates what they call it, corruption. He, Tinubu and people have been wanting this man to accept them. This man said no, not until they finish the whole thing in the court. Like that, the he will never accept Tinubu as the president of Nigeria, which everybody is also talking about, that they are not going to accept Tinubu as the president of Nigeria because the way he came there was fraud. This man said he will never accept him. Guys, listen to this video. Thank you.
Appraisal of the last 30 days plus of the Tinubu administration, how would you view the start of this particular administration? This is Aaron speaking here.
Unfortunately, Aaron, please, they are very, very sad for now. It's not to comment on Tinubu's administration, because we believe that the election is not completed yet. It's still in progress. That is why we are in court. So to be commenting on somebody who is there who we don't believe should be there until the final result in the course, it will be approbating and reprobating. But it's acknowledging that if it's already confirmed there by the Supreme Court, then I can comment on the administration whether it's good or bad.
But regardless, as life and nature actually is, nature does not operate in a vacuum. Governors cannot operate in a vacuum. Someone must be there pending the outcome of other variables. And that is why we're bringing it to the fore, because till we get a judgment that says otherwise, he is the president and would have to live with the consequences of his decisions as it is right now. And that is why, as a statesman who lives in Nigeria, who is affected by this free subsidy, who is affected by the new taxation laws and every other variables in this present administration, who want to hear from you, because whether you accept him or not, he is our president as we speak.
Thank you very much. That will be the affair of those who have accepted him. That will not change my own position. As to whether, you see, we are not affecting his, we are not talking of his ability. We are talking about the process of his getting there, which is flawed. So you people, you are mixing the issue. It's not a question, can he do it, can he do it well? Has he promised well? We have not done that. I don't want to comment on that yet. I want to comment on that, the depends to be said. But we said the way he got there, mind the way Obi has gone to court, which we support. He said the process of getting there is flawed. How can you be something or nothing? But unfortunately, we are bound by what is provided in the Constitution, that until once somebody is declared, he has to be carried on. Okay, it's a lacuna, which is not be corrected. But until it's corrected, I want to be on the side of those it does not exist yet. Until nothing is settled, until it's finally settled. That's our stand. Whether wrongly or rightly, that's our stand. And I tell you, for your information, this is the stand of the action group that are very, even if on our own stand now, go and read why we support Obi. It's not a question of the capability or the ability of the team to have the content of that. That's another matter. Because if you are in campaign, you have to do about that. About the record of APC, I know that we have been competing on that. But what we are saying is that one, so a significant section of the country has been changed. If you are not paying lip service to United Nigeria, you are discriminating positively against a significant unit of the Federation. It's a principle, an ideology. And that cannot be changed by any theory. And people must attend to that. And our own party, our own group, standing on the principle, we can't approbate and reprobate. It's not there. Not to talk of how the election was there. And the Constitution provides, and the electoral law provides, that if the election was conducted and anybody is not satisfied with it, should not go violent, which we are doing. Go to the tribunal and lay down your complaint. That is where we are. Whether the lacuna in the Constitution allow them to go on or not, we want to err on the side that, well, nothing is existing there. The matter is not settled until the Supreme Court. And on the side of the very ideologically, don't let me say the rest. But for now, that's where we stand.
Okay.
I don't want to be commenting on what I say and all of that. Well, if those who say it has been there, that whatever they get from it, that is their affair. I want to be condemned on the fact that I refuse to comment on something that I believe is not existing yet until the final arbiter of the court. That I may be wrong. Our party may be wrong, but that's our own stand.
Okay, thank you.
So whether you are telling me it doesn't well.
Thank you for setting the tone of this
So
conversation,
there's another
Pa
question of
Adebajo.
national issue.
Of course, President Tinubu just last week visited the Awujale of Ijebu-land, Sikiru Adetona, and the Alake of Egba-land, Adedotun Gbadebo. Now, according to the president, he invoked the spirits of freedom and determination symbolized by the Emilo Kan to overcome the obstacles in the elections. So let's talk about the outcome of that meeting, because that visit was almost showing a camaraderie between the current president and the leaders. So I want to know what your thoughts are about that particular meeting, the outcome of that meeting.
Is it Aaron again who is speaking?
This is Shaitan speaking, sir.
Who is speaking now?
This is Shaitan speaking, sir. Shaitan.
Aaron. Shaitan away, my dear. I want to beg your pardon. You don't want to tell me whether Dawjale existence is my own paramount ruler. If he said Dawjale as what? Is it not on the presidency that I'm disputing? Is it not on the fact that it's the president that I say, well, he has not been there on the condition provided by the Constitution, which I'm still disputing? I can't recognize him in an office that I don't I believe don't exist. Get that thing clear. I don't follow the propaganda, the president, he has done that. They are mixing the issue. Don't forget that I'm not the only one saying, until this thing is done, finally by the court, then we know where we are going. If even the court decides, we can still express an opinion. But I don't want to say, he has been doing well, he's not doing well. I made him, it is true that God made him the governor of Lagos State. I know his ability. I'm not commenting on his ability now. That's not the sign of Afenifere. The sign of Afenifere is that we want a free, fair, and credible election. It is that free, fair, and credible election that we are questioning. And the law provides that if you are questioning it, don't be violent, go to the tribunal. It is that tribunal we are in now. We are waiting for their decision. And you want me to comment on office? I say, does it not exist for him? Is he already doing well? Does that make him do well? Make me approve of the way he got there? Don't forget I'm a lawyer. I can't approbate and reprobate. I said the man doesn't exist. It's not... by the way he got there, it's not right. It's questionable. It's condemnable by the whole all responsible people in the whole world, all the EU and everybody, whether they accept it or not, that is stand very as sacred.
So,
If by the end of the day, so I won't comment on his activity as the president. I won't, because I don't believe that no matter is settled, is settled right.
okay, Pa Ayo.
But you will agree that the election is in the process.
Pa Ayo,
Yes, carry on.
this is Aaron speaking here now. I would like to,
Yes.
I would like to hear from you. I know you've just alluded to that particular EU Electoral Observers Mission report, and the APC are rejecting.
No. It's part of the thing.
Yes,
Electoral issue.
exactly. But what I'm saying,
The European.
permit me to just craft this question and just lay it on your desk. The APC and the presidency have actually described this particular report as the product of a poorly done desk job by the Electoral Observers Mission. My question to you is, what role does international or do international observers play in Nigeria's politics as a statesman? Because the past administration, the Buhari administration, time and time again. Okay.
Aaron, please, don't bring me to controversy I am not involved in. I am not basing my thing on what the European people say, although they may be saying what we already know. So don't tie me down there on the explanation that the ABC is talking about. What do you want them to say? They don't accept what they have said. What has the European people said that we have not said at home? What has been the ground of our objection that the European people have not been saying? The European Union report is just confirming what we are saying here, whether you like it or not. So I don't base our own criticism. I'm going to call before the European give me a report. And if you go and read out through what the European people are saying, go and read the statement of claim of Yobi. What's the difference? So I won't join you people, the press and others, trying to confuse the issue. You're all trying to change the narrative. You don't concentrate on the principle we are just disputing. Oh, he has already been there. Therefore, there's nothing you can do about it. He's now doing well. He's doing economics. That is not the issue now. The way he got there is flawed.
Okay.
And I'm saying you can't be something or nothing. That is the argument you tell me.
Okay, Payo, let's now since you're
We have
talking.
given all the
So, okay, so since we're talking about
Yes, carry on.
not being able to build anything on something that does not exist. Now, if we're still talking about this EU report, it doesn't just highlight the challenges, but it also offered recommendations for improving
My
the
dear,
future elections
don't
in
put
Nigeria.
words into my mouth.
Okay, if you can just be clear before I ask this question, Payo Adibajo.
Yes.
So I was talking
Carry on.
about the fact that the reports did not just highlight challenges, but it also offered recommendations for improving the future, for future elections in Nigeria, which, based on what you've said, I can already tell that you agree with the fact that there is something wrong with our electoral process and it needs more
Exactly.
reform. So based on the recommendations that were given, they spoke about, removing ambiguous laws. They spoke about publicly holding, public officials accountable if they fault. To start talking about the uploading of real-time publication and access to election results, and providing protection for more media practitioners, and even addressing discrimination against women in political life and impunity regarding electoral offenses. So, as a statesman yourself, sir, what specific actions do you believe that the current administration, regardless of who is at the helm of affairs, needs to focus on to address these recommendations and further enhance the integrity and credibility of Nigeria's electoral process? This is Shaitan speaking.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see, you are talking to somebody who wrote the beginning of this constitution and this country. Probably before you are born, because you cannot be 70 or 80 or 60. What I am now saying is that all those things that they are pointing about is contained in Wade's report. Go and read it and see there's a difference. It's what we have been talking about at home here. That the external bodies have, and that the Wade's report, if you don't know, arose as a result of the president who came after Buhari, after Obasanjo.
Mohammed Musa Yar'Adua.
Yar'Adua.
Yes.
When Yar'Adua came, when he came into office, he was an honest public figure who said, "Oh, the method by which I came here is flawed, and I will do something to get it right." And he set up the Wade's report. The Wade's report is there. They have not touched it. That is why you are talking the way you are talking. So those of us who know that, the EU is now telling us what we already know. And the EU question is being emphasized because if people are taught that we are not seeing well at home, this is what the outsider sees with us as a result of an election that has been done under the constitution that were not palatable. Even in cases where even the laws which they provided, they don't provide or they don't obey it. I will appeal to you, press people, to help us educate the people at the fourth estate of the realm. These are the things you should be pointing out. You are not asking me what aspect of the European report do you go about. If you have read the US report, if you have read all the report that public have been commenting on this report, that when all this government, they intentionally want to be giving us wrong government. Since the US report was done, none of them has gone into it, and people have been referring to it all along. And if you have been listening to the commentaries on this election, participants have been reporting to it that if that thing had been done, we won't be in this position. What the European report is telling us is what the West report. West, if you don't know what West is, West was the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, and that committee composed of responsible, well-known Nigerians in that committee. And I remember what Professor Bolaji Akemi was part of it, who have said that if they have reported all that, we won't be in this position. So what the European Committee says is not to say to those of us you know, maybe say to young people like you. That's the position. It's not the concern of which part of them do I say that you do. The other thing we have been talking about.
All right, Pa Adebajo.
I hope you get me clear.